Hey, what's up, guys? Uh, so today I want to talk about the newest trailer of Pokemon Sun and Moon and what it could mean for the upcoming games and like the how it could relate to the story, etc., etc. So basically, I want to start off with alternate forms. First of all, we saw Execute, which is now a grass dragon with it has a really long neck. It has its little tail face thing. Very interesting form. It's a very tall form, very palm tree like, which I think is cool. The grass dragon typing is pretty cool itself as well. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. I will admit it does look a little goofy, but overall I think it's pretty cool. Next up we have Ninetales, Vulpix and Ninetales, which are both ice fairies. Now I think that's fantastic, man. They live up on the high mountains. They look so good, dude. They look fantastic. Game Freak did a great job with their design. So there's not much more to say about it. They look great. And finally, we have Sandshrew and Sandslash, which are also ice types, but they're also steel type. They look really good as well. They're nice. There's not much to really comment on them, but they're there, and it's really cool what they're doing with different forms. Now, I want to talk about a couple of leaks. Now, these leaks are from apparently some Chinese site or something like that, but basically it says that there's going to be the Abra line, which is fighting type, as in Alolan form. These are all for Alola forms. There's an Abra that's fighting. There's Arcanine that's water. Raticate Steel. Rattata, Eradicate Steel. It's... I think that's it. No, there's one more. There's one more I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But they did say Ninetales was going to be something in fairy. It wasn't ice and fairy, it was something else. It was like psychic or so. It wasn't psychic. But it was something else. So it wasn't 100% correct, but it was fairly correct. I mean, I guess I got the different forms. They also predicted that there's no standard Pokemon League, which is the next thing I want to talk about is the island challenges and the what are taking place of the gym leaders. They're the trial leaders. And there's four of them, one for each island. They special the grass one is Mallow. There's an electric one with a really unique name. I want to call it. It's a very unique name. It's nothing I've heard. There's a water type user named Lana, and there's a fire type one named Kiawe or Kiao or something. I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. But the fire type user also says he has a Marowak, which leads me to believe that there could be a fire Marowak in these upcoming games, which would be so cool, you know. So that would be really cool to see, especially with Marowak not getting much love from Game Freak or anything outside of the Marowak mother story in the anime, in the games. Or was it in the anime? I don't think it was in the anime. It wasn't in the anime. Just kidding. It was in Pokemon Origin. My bad. Next up, so continuing on with these challenge with these island challenges, there's these totem Pokemon who you have to battle after the trial leaders, I guess. And they're basically Pokemon where they radiate in an aura that raises their defense. I don't know if that's for all of them. I know that's for Gumshoes, and they can call upon wild Pokemon to battle against you, which is pretty. It's pretty different, but it's also really cool. It's 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 something I can't wait to see. It's something I can't wait to see how it plays out. So I'm excited for it. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that goes over. Next up, we have the Kahunas, the big Kahuna of each island, which there's four of them. The guy, the heavy set dude, who a lot of people thought was the professor originally, is the Kahuna for Melemele Island, which is the main island. And so apparently he has 3 Pokemon, at least that's what was shown in the trailer, and you have to battle him. I'm assuming after all of that as well, which is kind of cool. I mean, that kind of makes it like it's 8 gym badges or whatever, but that's going to be very interesting to see how they make all of that come together and work. Once again, the leak pointed to there's no standard league, and that most certainly is not a standard Pokemon league. Next, I want to talk about Mega Evolutions. I want to discuss Mega Evolution for real quick. They have not released any Mega Evolutions yet. They have not had any trademarks for Mega Evolutions yet for Sun and Moon. And a lot of people are starting to get worried about Mega Evolutions no longer being in the game, and I just simply think that's just not the case. They can't take something like that out of the game and have it make sense. Now, there are people who say, well, Mega Evolution's just for Kalos. Well, that, first of all, that'd be too convenient. Secondly, what about Hoenn? Hoenn had Mega Evolution. So that means Alola should as well, Every game should have it at this point, past, X and Y. And especially considering they talked about an alternate timeline where they don't have Mega Evolution, which, very clearly referenced the games before X and Y, where they didn't have Mega Evolution, and it was like a parallel universe of theirs. So they really cannot take out Mega Evolution at this point. It'd just be stupid, in my opinion. Now, there are some people who'd like to see it go, and especially with the Z moves, and they're saying, oh, the meta game's gonna just be too powerful, and all that, and to an extent, I guess, maybe, but at the same time, you have to remember there's tiers for a reason, and so I think they can still keep a balanced metagame. Next thing I would like to talk about is Z moves then. On the topic of Z moves. Z moves are something that are going to be new. They just announced it in this new trailer. It's something you can only use once per battle. Each type has its own Z move. For example, Electric has Gigavolt something or other. It's something Gigavolt. It's quite an interesting name. Fire has Blazing Inferno or something. Or it's like Inferno Overdrive. That's what it is. Inferno Overdrive. Grass type has Bloom Doom. Yes, that's the actual name for it. And water has a Vortex move. It's Hydro Vortex or something like that. Something along those lines. And apparently every type has it. So Steel, Rock, Fairy, Ghost, Psychic, Flying, Fighting, all of those. Ground. What else is there? Ground, Dragon, all those have Z moves. So basically, they have not specified if you need to have stab with it. So I'm assuming, for now we have to assume that you don't need stab. So like Pikachu, for example, if it knows a move Iron Tail, it could get an Iron Z move if you have the Iron Crystal thing, of course, but the gem for the bracelet. Next up is on my list of topic discussion for Sun and Moon. I'm trying to keep this one relatively short, by the way. I'm sorry, I don't have another person with me. I was supposed to. This was supposed to be kind of a longer video and a more fun one. I still might. We'll see. But this is going to be a basic another run through, and I might upload a third one because that's how big this new news is. So anyway, getting back on track here, let's talk about the leaks. This is the final thing I'd like to talk about. And yeah, so basically the leaks also state that there's going to be 3 evolutions to, or 2 other evolutions to Rockruff, and it's going to turn into a werewolf, alright? Cool. It makes sense. They revealed the starter evolutions, which are basically, they're a wrestler, a siren, and an owl. Rowlet's the owl. It's still grass flying. Litten is the wrestler. It's a wrestling tiger, but it's fire dark, which is cool. You know, I think it makes sense for a lucha libre, basically, tiger. And finally, and it has a dark. I don't know. I just feel it can make sense. A lot of people don't, but they're wrong. So, and then finally you have Poplio, which is the siren, which is going to be a water fairy, which is really, really cool in my opinion, and I'm very happy with it, and I'm super hyped for it. You know, they look good. The starter evolutions look good. Some people don't like them. I love them. I think they're fantastic. Next up is another part of the leak, which has to do with the... Oh, there's also the girl, what's her name? Mallow. The grass girl was shown in the picture of the wrestling tiger. So that only solidifies the fact that these could be real leaks. You know, these could be legitimate, super legitimate. Next up on that agenda as well, they said nothing about an evil team, which is unique. You'd think something like that would come out, but they did say these characters will be in Sun and Moon. Cynthia, yeah, the champion of Sinnoh, that Cynthia. Blue, the former champion of Kanto, that Blue, yeah. Yeah, from the original games. Yeah. That Blue. Which leads me to think for the anime that they're going to have Gary or something in it come back, which would be so cool. Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus, the Team Galactic leader. Mm-hmm. Cyrus and Cynthia both have names that relate to the moon and sun, by the way. Who else? I think they might have said one. Oh, right. The SS Anne returns. Yeah, the SS Anne returns. So, I don't know exactly what that means. I think it's just for fun, you know, like, hey guys, it's 20th anniversary. Let's return to SS Anne, which I think is so cool. But Lily ties into the plot, you have to remember, and with Cynthia, Blue, and Cyrus, man, like a Team Galactic like reform. Oh my goodness, that would be so cool. I would love that. I would be very, very happy with that. I loved the Gen 4 games. They were my second favorite games behind the originals. And I just, this Alola could very quickly become my favorite generation. And I never thought anyone would overtake Kanto, but this one very well could. And it's so cool. It's so good so far. I'm not going to talk about new Pokemon in this video. I'm going to save that for another one. I'm gonna save that for the little podcast I'm gonna do, and that's gonna be a live stream. So, yeah, man, like the leaks seem so cool. I might also want to add that they also said there's gonna be a snowman, which is gonna be an ice ghost type, and it's gonna be a new Pokemon. And they they said something about the four islands, I believe. But yeah, man, it's gonna be so cool. I can't wait until I make the next video, which hopefully will be tomorrow. But I can't promise anything. So until next time, peace out, guys.